guys, thanks for stopping by. Today I thought I would share the Green Man Oracle. This is by John Matthews and Will Worthington. This is quite an old Oracle deck. I believe it's from around 2003 and it is still available, but it's been renamed as something else. Spirit of the Trees or Guardian of the Trees or Woods or something like that. I'm not exactly sure of the new name of it, but it does have the same cards in them and same information and so on. On the back it says, let the trees be your guide, and the Green Man is an ancient and popular icon of the natural world, the very spirit of nature. Here in the Green Man Tree Oracle, his tree wisdom and the Celtic Golem tree alphabet combine to bring you an oracle of immense power. The beautifully illustrated deck of 25 cards depicts each of the trees that make up this ancient Celtic alphabet. The Green Man is present in every image, sometimes obvious, sometimes hidden, inviting you to enter his world. You will discover tree lore, myths and symbolism, and you will learn the innermost meaning of each card and how this age-old knowledge can guide you in your life today. And there's a little bit about the authors there. Will Worthington, who's done things such as the Wildwood Tarot and Druidcraft, I think. But it comes in quite a big two-part box, but that's so I can store the rather large book. That's the back, and inside it's a really good read, I must say, because I have read this before. I've had this for a few years, so it gives you a bit of background, the origin of the Ogham, and talks about where that came from and how that was used, sacred groves, words that relate to the Ogham alphabet as well, because they don't necessarily just mean trees. And then I talk about the Green Man and how you see faces in stone and different images and lots of myths and legends and reading the trees. So this is the divination part of the book where you can learn what each card means. So for example, you've got birch, the Latin name for the tree, the Celtic that links to it, Green Man wisdom, a good beginning leads to a good conclusion, the divinatory meaning, birch lore, so it talks to you about birch itself, goddess of the woods, and the first message in honouring the birch. So really useful information about each of the trees, and I love learning about tree lore and the history and the stories and the myths and the legends about each tree. I think that they each carry their own amazing energy, and I love learning the background about how they became to be associated with those. It's also got the forfaiter, the extra 5 from the alphabet as well. And reading how you can read the cards, so ways that you can work with them and work with the energy of the Green Man, as well as some spreads that you can use as well, which is really good. So I love this book. I think it's a really good read, just if you're looking to get information on the trees and to learn a little bit more about them and sort of where that correlation comes from. And I haven't really used the spreads so much yet. I've sort of done my own thing with them, but I think it's definitely handy to have as a guide some different spreads and ways in which that you can work with the cards and ways that you can get to know them. But yeah, definitely a good read. So that is the lovely book that accompanies it. Now the cards are good size in terms of palm of your hand. They're pretty big. These are the backs, and they're all the same. It starts with birch, so it's almost like you're looking through a portal or a gateway. You can see the tree through there, and it's got down the bottom, which can be a bit hard to see. So it's got the alphabet there, the name of the tree, and the Gaelic spelling of the birch as well. And what's fun about these cards is that you can look and you can see the faces that are within each and every one of them. And some are quite obvious, like this one, and some are not so, like this one. This is Rowan, or Loosh. Beautiful red berries, full leaves. You can sort of make a face out. Yeah, I sort of think the mouth is there. The eyes are the berries. And you've got Alder. There he is there. I think these cards are just really beautiful. Yeah, you do see images in trees, and you can make out faces sometimes. Even with this one, you can sort of see through here maybe, like hollow eyes, bit of a beard happening with the willow leaves. And everyone's gonna see it differently. This one, Ash, looks a bit like a gnome, a tree gnome. He's got an arm coming out there. It could be his moustache perhaps, or I'm not sure what else, but I think it's really cool. Built into the roots in this one, Hawthorn. It's rather a twisty hawthorn, that one. You've got the beautiful spring hawthorn flowers. No berries in this one, but that's all good. There you go, you can see the thorns on there. And oak, you can see him deep in there. Oaks are just so old and full of so much awe and wonder. I find oaks really interesting. And holly, here's a bit of a hidden one, sort of like maybe a bit of a mouth in there, eyes in here. I said it sort of depends on everyone's own point of view. Hazel, there he is there, and you've got the salmon who ate the hazelnut and gained the wisdom. And there are some of them growing on the tree there. An apple, there he is in there, quite hidden in the shadows. But lovely green apples, or apples that are not quite ripe yet, could be on the verge. Blackberry, so once again the berries are used as the eyes, but he's sort of hidden in the shrubbery there, which is quite true. We've got a lot of blackberry bushes across the road, and there's so many, heaps, but yeah, they're just a massive line of shrubs. Ivy, you can sort of see them tucked away in there. Ivy grows wild. We've got it wild around here as well. It's just everywhere. And fern. So it's sort of looking at how the leaves sort of make up that face as well. Blackthorn. Looks quite dark and ominous a little bit, doesn't he? Elder. Even this one. And pine. It's quite cool, quite tall. Pine is to see above above the problem, above the situation, of course. He looks quite happy. Quite a jolly card, him smiling away in there. Heather. It's got a very ancient look about him. White poplar. But for me, this one, I sort of see these as the eyes, and that sort of is a bit of a mouth. That's the first glance at it anyway. And Yo, very much in here, in the roots of the tree. Where all that knowledge is kept in that connection to the underworld. And we've got Spindle. This one seems to be concealing a face in the stone. Aspen. Here's there. Honeysuckle. The little flowers. So we'll see those as sort of his eyes in there. And the nose. The mouth. Gooseberry. Honey there. And beech. And you can see his face there. So, those are all the 25 trees of the Celtic tree. I would say oracle, but it's not, from the Green Man Tree Oracle. So I don't know how many of you would have the older version, but or do you know the name of the new one? Because I cannot remember off the top of my head what it is. But do you have the new one? Do you work with these cards? Do you feel drawn to faces in the trees? It'd be interesting to find out. So let me know in your comments below. But thank you so much for stopping by today, and I'll look forward to catching you next time. See ya.